Carroll County grand jury has handed down a 12-count indictment accusing a prominent oral surgeon of abusing his patients during surgery. The indictment alleges Dr. Gordon Austin hit some of his patients with both his fist and a metal instrument.
Two patients and a former employee of Dr. Austin sat down with senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell. They provide chilling details of this alleged abuse in what is an exclusive interview with Dale.
All right, it's quite a story. Laura Crowder went to Dr. Austin 2 years ago for extensive oral surgery. She says Dr. Austin struck her during that surgery, and she spent the past 2 years trying to get someone to listen to her story. A grand jury in Carroll County finally did.
This has got to stop.
For 2 years, Laura Crowder did everything she could think of to get someone to hear her story, that her dentist abused her during surgery, a claim she made in a recently filed lawsuit.
I want him punished, and I don't want another human being hit in his office.
The dentist is Dr. Gordon Austin, a prominent and politically connected oral surgeon in Carrollton. According to his website, Dr. Austin, a naval reservist, did 2 tours in Iraq as a surgeon. He's president of the Northwest District of the Georgia Dental Association and has testified before Congress. But Laura Crowder says there's another side to Dr. Austin.
All of a sudden, bam, I'm hit in the face. Very, very hard hit in the face.
You remember it?
And the quote, oh yes, sir. The quote out of his mouth after that was, "I told you not to do that."
Crowder went to Dr. Austin to have all her teeth removed. But her lawsuit claims during the surgery, the medication hadn't taken effect. She could feel Dr. Austin remove her teeth and began to moan in horrific pain.
He starts extracting teeth, and I can feel it. I feel every bit of it. So I start screaming out in pain. Well, I'm strapped down to the chair, so I can't move. They're working in my mouth, so I can't talk. So I just start screaming. And the more I scream, the more I'm told to shut up. Don't do that.
She claims in the suit Dr. Austin ignored her attempted screams and hit her on the right side of the jaw with a metal dental instrument.
This is a monster, and I have been saying that since day one. Only a monster would treat human beings like this.
After the surgery to document the alleged abuse, she took a picture of where she says he hit her, and she showed it to the Carrollton police. That was 2 years ago. The investigation went nowhere. There were no corroborating witnesses, only Laura Crowder's story. Then late last year, one of Dr. Austin's former dental assistants told Carrollton police she too had witnessed patient abuse. 2 years after it started, the investigation ended with a 12-count indictment against Dr. Gordon Austin. The indictment alleges 9 counts of battery, 2 counts of aggravated assault, and 1 count of cruelty to children. All 12 counts relate to allegations that Dr. Austin hit 8 different patients, including Laura Crowder and a child.
I remember just having hands put over my face, and then after that, all I felt was a hit on my head.
You remembered that?
I remember that. I remember that.
Corey Beasley was another one of the patients listed in the indictment. The indictment alleges Dr. Austin struck him in the head and hand with a metal object, and then covered his mouth and nose with his hand. And after spending 2 years trying to get someone to listen to her, including the Georgia Board of Dentistry, she says it's time for Dr. Austin's practice to come to an end.
Pull his license, put him in prison. It's like I told the police from day one, if my husband of 23 years hit me in the face, you would have arrested him.
Laura Crowder and Corey Beasley have both filed lawsuits against Dr. Gordon Austin. Their attorney, Diane Sternlieb, says after 2 years, Laura Crowder will finally get her day in court. But there was another key witness in this case, an ex-employee of Dr. Austin. And tomorrow night, we talk with the dental assistant and hear why she quit working for Dr. Austin after only 10 days. Art, Deidre?
Very disturbing allegations. You mentioned the Board of Dentistry. Did they look into the case?
Well, it's a good question. We asked them that. We had a hard time getting a straight answer, frankly, from them. What we found out is that there was a complaint filed by the Carrollton police 2 years ago, but there was no public action taken on the case. Now, that doesn't mean there might not have been disciplinary action, because there can be a private reprimand as well. And in that case, the public has no way of knowing what happened. Those are the rules of the dentistry board, and so it's there in a sense. Something could have happened happened, but nobody would know it. But we don't know if anything happened or not.
Yeah.
We do know nothing publicly happened.
Well, a horrific story from those patients. Tomorrow night, former employee.
Former employee, one of 3, by the way, that have come forward so far, but she's the one who sits down and talks to us, and she's really the one who broke this thing wide open.
Wow. All right, Dale, thanks a lot.
Now, one of Dr. Austin's former dental assistants speaks out, saying she believes the patients because she witnessed the abuse. It is another exclusive interview in the story with senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell. Dale?
Amanda, her name is Melanie Head, and a 2-year-old investigation of Dr. Austin was going nowhere until she called Carroll County Police Sergeant Tim Cole. Police had a patient who claimed abuse, but now they had an employee who worked side by side with Dr. Austin.
I will never get out of my mind what he's done to these people.
Fresh out of technical college, Melanie Head began a new career as a dental assistant with Carrollton oral surgeon Dr. Gordon Austin. 10 days later, she quit her job and became a key witness in a criminal investigation into allegations that Dr. Austin abused patients during surgery.
It is a physical abuse, and those that don't remember it, well, I remember it. And those that, don't remember it, I'm here to speak for those people.
A Carroll County grand jury has now indicted Dr. Austin on 12 counts of abusing patients, including battery, aggravated assault, and cruelty to children. Then last fall, Melanie Head called police.
If you physically pick up your hand and you hit somebody with the blunt end of an instrument, that is abuse.
Melanie Head told Carrollton police in less than 2 weeks she saw Dr. Austin strike 4 patients in the side of the head. The first 2 she saw out of the corner of her eye.
It was a motion like real quick to the side of the head.
She says Dr. Austin would strike the patients when they began to moan loud enough for other people in the waiting room to hear. Once she says Dr. Austin tried to hit his patient, but instead hit her on the arm. Did it hurt?
Yes, it hurt.
So he hit you hard.
Pretty hard. And if he hit me that hard and then he turned around and hit a patient that hard, those patients suffered.
We asked her to demonstrate how hard Dr. Austin struck his patients. She says he would hit them while holding a dental tool.
It would be a big blunt instrument, heavy weight on the end.
In the very next surgery with a young girl, Melanie Head says Dr. Austin struck the child with his fist several times while holding an instrument similar to this. Then Melanie Head says at the end of the surgery, Dr. Austin took the child's hands and shoved them back into the girl's mouth.
He was just saying, I told you to be quiet. I told you to shut up. I mean, he laughed about it. He laughed about shoving her hand down in her mouth.
She says she was horrified, and while cleaning up the room after surgery, she talked to another dental assistant.
I asked her, I said, is this a common thing he does? And she says, yeah, it is, but you'll get used to it. Just don't take it home with you.
But Melanie Head said she could not get used to it. She quit 10 days after beginning a new job and a new career. Her testimony to police led to interviews with more employees and more patients. Laura Crowder was no longer alone.
This man changed my life forever.
But the price paid by Melanie Head was high. She had hoped the pay from her new job would halt ongoing foreclosure proceedings on her home, where she was raising 4 children.
And I told my daddy one time that tree was my strength. And it would get me through anything.
But the home is gone. She's now fixing up a rental home for her family. She says no other dentist will hire her. Melanie Head says before going to police, a prominent dentist warned her if she talked, her dental career was over. She's finding that to be true.
I don't regret anything that I've done because somebody needed to, and if I went to school for 2 years to stop this man from doing what he was doing to those people, then my job is done.
Now, after Melanie Head came forward, 2 other dental assistants who also worked with Dr. Austin talked to police. And according to police reports, both women said they had seen Dr. Austin strike patients. One said she felt he did it to control those patients when they were acting out during surgery. They also told police they kept a list beginning in 2007 of patients that had been struck that had names, dates, and where they'd been hit. There were 6 names on the list. Art and Amanda?
Well, I've been keeping a list, and she seems pretty adamant, that dental assistant in your story. Where does this case go next in the courts?
You've got a couple of things going on because you've got a civil lawsuit that's been filed by 2 of the patients, and then, of course, you've also got the criminal case that will be coming up. So it's going to be interesting to see how both of those play out with Dr. Austin.